I'm in a different room today. Caleb's office, actually. Because I have guests staying at my house, and we don't have that many rooms. So my office is occupied, and I have to use his. Don't get used to this extremely aesthetically pleasing background, and the very nice camera. Okay, oh yeah, how am I going to do this with just one camera angle? I'll have to get creative. Crime, conspiracies, cults, serial killers, and murder. All things I love to delve into, and I know you do too. You sick, beautiful, aesthetically pleasing, intellectually minded freak. Today, we're talking about 3 insane disappearances. Let me tell you, some of these are really, really eerie. It boggles my mind to think of people who have been missing for centuries. And even with modern technology, we still can't locate them. But without further ado, let's unbuckle our seatbelts, go Mach 5 down the highway, slam on the brakes, and bust through this windshield into these 3 mysterious disappearance cases together. Oh, this video was a doozy. A lot to write, and sometimes it can be really overwhelming. But thank goodness I had the help of Grammarly. Thank you to Grammarly for sponsoring this video. Grammarly is usually viewed as a spelling or grammar tool, which it definitely is. But many people are unaware of the AI features and how they can help professionals like me with projects, proposals, presentations, YouTube videos, and more. Grammarly is an AI writing partner that works where you work, so you can craft quality writing faster across different platforms. No more copying and pasting like with other AI tools. I've integrated Grammarly into my everyday life, especially my job of writing the documents and deep dives I do for you guys every single week. They are a lot to write, and Lord knows I make a lot of mistakes and sometimes need help with context and the way I portray things. What's really cool is that Grammarly understands your context and provides relevant and high-quality suggestions. If I want to sound more professional in my deep dives or present myself as more laid back, as I usually do, Grammarly knows how to dissect that and apply it. It helps me summarize certain information because sometimes I really want to give every single detail. Some of the really cool features if you upgrade to Grammarly Pro are 1. Clarity full sentence rewrites. You can rewrite run-on sentences to make them more clear. 2. Setting goals. You can set your goals to ensure that the writing matches the tone you want, which is really helpful. With the AI tool available at the ready, it works extremely fast and efficiently. Also, I'm so bad at writing run-on sentences, which is extremely hard to say when I'm reading them out loud, so it helps you rewrite run-on sentences to make them more clear and effective, which is awesome. Not to mention, it also helps me with writing emails, because I'm terrible at writing professional emails. I can literally ask Grammarly to help me write a professional email, or even work messages to my numerous group chats I have for work. All in all, Grammarly has helped me immensely in my writing game. In fact, 96% of Grammarly users report that Grammarly helps them craft more impactful writing, which I can attest to. So click my custom link down in the description below, Grammarly.com, Chris, and get Grammarly today to level up your productivity. Thank you to Grammarly for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to it. The Flannan Isle Lighthouse Keepers. The first disappearance we're going to talk about is the Flannan Isle Lighthouse Keepers. The Flannan Isle Lighthouse was built by David Allen Stevenson from 1895 to 1899. It took a long time, and it was a state-of-the-art lighthouse because it had a small railway specifically designed to supply the lighthouse keepers. They would be out there for a really long time. On December 7, 1899, the lighthouse was lit. Now imagine this, you're in the year 1900, and you and 2 other men are tasked with operating a brand new lighthouse with its own personal railroad. Sounds like a nightmare, to be honest, but excitement fills you as you begin a new life journey, and all seems well. Unknown to you, the lighthouse had an ominous aura about it, and your life was about to completely change. On December 5, 1900, a date that doesn't even sound like a real year to me, but I know it is, a ship called the Arctur was passing by the Flannan Isles. At the time, there was a crazy storm that made visibility nearly non-existent. They looked at their maps and saw that there should be a lighthouse that could steer them away from the sharp cliffs on the isles. However, there was no light at all. Captain Holman quickly jotted down this information, and once they reached their destination, reported it to the Northern Lighthouse Board, which was the committee under which the lighthouse operated. Once they were notified, the board sent out a relief ship called the Hesperus, which was set to sail out on December 20th, but could not leave until the 26th due to bad weather. When they arrived at the island, they searched for 3 men, James Ducat, Thomas Marshall, and Donald MacArthur, who were supposed to be operating the lighthouse. Damn, look at those mustaches. They are incredible. On the relief ship was the 4th keeper, Joseph Moore, who would occasionally travel to the island to help and swap with someone in case they wanted to head back to the mainland, just to give them a bit of a break. Moore was the first person to reach the lighthouse and immediately knew something was wrong. The lighthouse was eerily quiet, except for a canary still alive in its cage, he said. I did not take time to search further, for I only too well knew something serious had occurred. What a fun way of speaking. He also said, I darted out and made for the landing, so Moore hurried back to the ship and grabbed some of the crew members to help investigate. Upon entering the lighthouse, they investigated the kitchen first. On the table was a full meal left completely untouched. Their plates and silverware were still neatly placed and supposedly waiting to be used. Laying on the ground next to the table was 1 chair, while the rest were unaltered. Moving to the bedrooms, all the men's beds were made, and all of their items were still undisturbed. The men did take note that 2 of the 3 oilskins were missing from the room. Oilskins are waterproof clothing traditionally made from heavy canvas or cotton treated with oil and wax. They were designed to keep sailors and fishermen dry in harsh weather. They typically include jackets, pants, and hats to repel rain and sea spray. The 3rd one remained in the room, and this shows that protocol was broken because the rule stated that if the conditions outside were stormy, then wearing the oilskins was mandatory. The light at the top of the structure was clean and still had plenty of fuel, indicating that the last shift was conducted properly before the keepers vanished. Lastly, and very strangely, all of the clocks in the lighthouse had stopped and were unwound, meaning that the keepers had been gone for some time at this point. Checking the logbook, the crew learned a lot more about the final days of the missing men. Marshall appeared to be the one writing the entries. They read, December 12th, 1900. Gale, north by northwest. Sea lashed to fury. Storm still raging, wind steady, storm-bound. Severe winds, the likes of which I have never seen before. He also recorded that James Ducat, the head keeper, had been very quiet, while Donald MacArthur, known for his tough and resilient nature, had been crying. December 13th, 1900. Storm continued through the night.